Yeah, or like concerts, stuff like that. That should be like...
Exactly.
You should know, but they always told us to refer to the guidebook. The guidebook pretty much everyone in the convention has, from all the people that attended. The guidebook, this is the most, almost 90% useless guidebook I ever seen.
It has a lot of description,
yes,
but it leads to nothing.
Yeah, I'll say 80% because it does give information about the guests and all that on Youmacon. Okay,
exactly.
I'll go there.
I say the guests, I think, is the only thing accurate.
But,
and then maybe who, like what company has, for tabletopping or for the game room, like it shows the list of games and stuff, which is, I guess, great.
Which is fine.
But as far as let's say, okay,
showing you panels, times, where to go for the panels, it's almost impossible to figure out. The one thing you first notice is everything is in military time. Who decided that? No convention I've ever been to has ever used military time.
Here's the thing. I'll give them credit. They want to be different.
That's
different. Great.
Sure.
But
I'm pretty sure when someone said the idea, hey, let's put it in military. Hey, that's a good idea. That's pretty unique. Yeah, to you. Think about it as about 15,000 people. Is that unique to them? Probably not, because most of the time people will stop wait, is that 3 o'clock? Wait, I gotta count my fingers really quick. Yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
It's gonna take them 6 o'clock. Boom, I know what time it is. It's going to take them at least a minute to figure out what time to go. What about 1,700 hours? Well, 13. Wait, was that 1? Wait, was that... Wait.
Exactly.
Fuck. What am I doing? Shit. Then you forget, you're just spending something that could have been done in 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Spending an extra 3 or 2 minutes trying to figure out what time it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So the military time was the worst
idea.
Decision ever.
I know you again. Giving Youmacon credit. They're trying to be different, but this different is definitely not a good different.
Yeah, you're trying to be clever, but if you're trying to be, this is the wrong kind of clever to go about.
Exactly.
This is the one thing, the simplest thing you should not mess with. Mm-hmm. Time is the thing you don't. What's the point of messing? How can you improve on time? Let's put a military time. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it really doesn't. That just is mind-boggling. But I will say this also. Not only was the military time extremely inconvenient, but the panels, I know they're very descriptive, but a lot of them are not even for the right panels.
Yes, some of them were canceled, some of them were at different places.
Right,
according to people, not just us, other people and the guests.
Yeah. Huh?
Other people that in the Facebook chat were chatting about, some panels were canceled.
That's right. Well, that's a whole Facebook
that's a whole different
group.
Thing, but
I would say Facebook, actually, the group that's on there. I mean, I know it's for the public, but there were 90% of the complaints was the guidebook.
Yes.
And, like I said, a lot of the descriptions for the panel were not placed in the correct place. Also, there's a duplicate page.
Yeah,
so you'll have 60 and 61 both the same pages.
So basically, a sheet of panels is missing.
Yes, a whole sheet of panels is missing.
If you're looking for a certain panel, if you're having a panel there, maybe no one even knew you were having it.
Right. If you had this great panel that you had set up, you set up your table and everything in your room and stuff, and you're just okay, well, I'm waiting for people. People are not able to find that panel because it's not on the freaking guidebook.
Or even know you exist. Which is even more sad.
That adds another thing. Besides it being under the info not being in the correct place, but the map. The map in the guidebook. It missed a whole section. We had to find
Center. We're talking about the Kobo Center. It makes the entire that's right, the top floor.
Yeah, the top floor where we went to go see. We wanted to go see, Christina V and these the panel female discussion.
Yeah,
with the guests, but the map doesn't show that. We had to basically connect the dots. It's okay, well, according to this map only has 2 panel rooms that is being used, but you go down the hallway and there's people in a room, and you can see from a distance. You can see Christina V.
You pretty much found it's basically finding a secret passage to more panels, basically.
Right. It's okay, Youmacon, were you trying to be special here by this is a scavenger hunt, try to find the next panel or something in this missing, guidebook or something. I don't know. I really the map definitely is missing a bunch of panel rooms.
And not only that, the one that made me that in small print, I'll just show you Friday. So when you turn page or 2, you're not even sure if you saw on Friday.
That's right.
Usually mostly guidebooks will have big print Friday.
Or that, or it'll just be like, one
page.
whole extra page would be like, Friday, and then Saturday.
You automatically just turn a couple pages like, wait, was that Friday or Saturday? What time change? So you automatically, and of course, the middle of that time will throw you off too. Mm-hmm. And not only that, it'll tell you where the panel room is. Panel room 3, Masquerade. Okay, but is it being held in the Kobo? Okay, that's bad. Masquerade's being held in the
But if it's for a new person, even so.
Something like that. You're not sure if it's panel room 1 in the Marriott, or is it going to be holding the Kobo?
Yeah.
So you got to look at your map. Sometimes the map's not that helpful.
It's definitely that. I wouldn't even say that book is made for veteran convention attendees. It's not even made. It's definitely not made for like new people coming into this convention because we literally had to dissect that fucking book.
And apparently we're not the only ones that disagree. We thought it was just us not reading it. Apparently a lot of people had. Yeah,
I had to go in, like I said, I had to go to the groups, I had to go on forums to double check. I don't know if it's just me, I'm being picky about it, or maybe it's just us complaining about it. But like I said, I try to give credit to Youmacon because I really, really enjoy coming to Youmacon.
Yes.
But like I said, just after that, I looked on forums and the groups, and they all, 90% of it was complaints about
the
guidebook. It's literally I know someone must have been representing Youmacon because they sure were defending it a lot about, saving money and all. I understand the convention goes through a lot. Yeah. Having to pay for having to just to create a convention. It's great. Yeah. Having to promote the anime community and just having everybody come, together for this convention.
Yeah.
And bring business.
Yeah, we're not going to try places. We're not going to even try to guess how much things will go into, how much does this cost, and how much, maybe 200-page guide, but what this is, I'm guessing 200 pages. I can't even fathom how much it's going to cost and how much you're going to print out, just in the cost. I'll give you that. It might be really, really expensive.
Right.
But I don't really care if it's horrible quality paper, which it is, by the way. It's like newspaper.
It is newspaper. It literally is. I don't care if it's shitty paper, if it's on fucking tissue paper even. Yeah. As long as it's informative, readable, and it can get me to go to a place somewhere. I don't know anything. But this it really took me. I had to, like I said, dissect this thing.
Yes.
To try to get to places, to try to find where the main event is, because, priority, APL wants to cover this. I want to cover this. Everybody wants to cover this. Yeah. We all want to get to the main events, the guests, the panels, and to cover this.
Pretty much, exactly. As much as we can, but
it's there was no way without us sitting down and at least looking at it for a good 20-30 minutes to try to figure things out.
Where we want to go, where it's going to be held at, and what else is happening during that time.
Yes.
And here's the thing. It does show you, at 777, these are happening, which is good. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. It's not telling you exactly where to go. Because last year, the guidebook was perfect. It wasn't dividing in two. Mm-hmm. One page was for Renaissance. One page was for Kobo. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is happening at 7. Top page. Oh, it's Kobo. Top page. Oh, it's Renaissance. So you knew exactly where to go and what time. Mm-hmm. Sure, it was a little bit longer than usual, but it told you exactly what you need to know.
Yep.
Just like that. 7 o'clock, Kobo Center, this panel's happening. Boom, done. Here, $1,700, panel room 3, where's panel room? Is it to Masquerade? 17, wait, 17, what, is it 1, 2, 3, so 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock.
That was literally us.
Yeah, that was us. And we're using our fucking spindles. I could tell military time, but sometimes I can't do it right away, so I got to do, military time. So, so 1,700 hours, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 o'clock. That's what throws you off a bit, and then you forget what you else want to see. Mm-hmm. But yes, this guidebook. Well, I didn't refer. We mostly referred to the online guidebook.
Yeah, that's another thing I would like to get into.
But yes, so we have to take a small break. I'm sorry, we're all heated up, but we'll take a small break. But fuck this guidebook. Oh, we'll be right back, everybody.
We'll be right back.
Stop. Play your games. I'm running. Stranger names. Stop. Play your games. I'm running. Stranger names.
back, and as I was saying before, we had to go on break. Fuck this guidebook.
Oh my goodness, we needed that
some
break.
parts were helpful. I mean, informative about the guests, who was there, what panels were happening.
The guests were great.
Guests were great, but
The information for it was great.
all in all, like guiding us to where we want to go and what we want to see, and knowing exactly where it is, in like
Really, no.
less than a minute's time.
Yeah, no.
Not helpful.
Nope.
And I'm sorry to give it a lot. Like, we talked about it for a while, but giving a lot of shit. I mean, it like I remember being in the room sometimes, looking at the guidebook. What do you want to do? And we're looking at it like, I guess this counteracts, but ooh, my mic is not that close to me.
Ooh.
Ooh, hello everybody. You're closer to my mouth, but yes, this guidebook was just terrible.
Here's the thing. Okay, so like I was saying on the groups, Facebook group, people were saying, well, to use the online thing because they had posted for one day, literally maybe like 2 weeks before the convention, they had posted a schedule, an online thing. It's not even an app; it's a page where they actually had all the panels going on. Like in little readable squares.
Yeah, little squares.
It looks so basic. It's like, okay, well, I'll use this.
Yeah.
Well, here's another issue. It didn't have everything.
Yeah, it had.
No, I was looking at this billions of times just to find the masquerade. Nowhere did I find it. Nowhere did it say like a masquerade setup like the guidebook. The guidebook said there's a setup. And I was like, okay, so let me put two and two together. There is a setup at 6 o'clock. So that means the masquerade must start at 7. So an hour of setup, right? No.
Masquerade started like around an hour
The
after.
masquerade was literally an hour and...
An hour delayed.
A whole hour and like 15 minutes delayed.
Yeah, 8:10
which is understandable because conventions, like, okay, there's a lot of things that are past due on their times and whatever. Fine, understandable. But again, this is going back to the guidebook of not even, like, if I didn't put two and two together, or I didn't have to like scroll back from the mobile web page to the guidebook, I would have never figured out, oh, this is the masquerade.
Yeah.
This is happening right now.
And we basically assume, oh, they're setting up at this time, but they're not listening to the masquerade time, so I'm guessing it's happening, the setup is after then the masquerade. Mm-hmm. But even then, everyone, I'm pretty sure some people that worked, helping out, knew at the time, so I'm guessing everyone figured out where it was.
Yeah.
So even when we get there, they still delayed the masquerade. I know they have to set up audio and making sure everything runs smoothly, but if you're not ready, if you're going to have the masquerade, don't have an event before the masquerade.
Exactly.
Because there was, like, people leaving the place where it's held at. Like, was there an event before this? I don't even know. It's like, why would they have an event before the masquerade? It should be, like, an hour gap between setup and masquerade so people could leave. So even then, people were waiting outside for a good hour and 15 minutes.
There were people sleeping, like it's fucking Black Friday day or something. Yeah.
And even the people by the door were like, press could go in there a little bit earlier than most people, like set up ourselves, put up our cameras and all that. Mm-hmm. Even then, people at the door just said, we can't let you in. We don't know what's happening. Yeah. Like, I know they're new. I know they were short-staffed this year, so a lot of people didn't know. We can't really blame them for that. Mm-hmm. But there was at least 3 people at the door. One of them can't really go inside, like, hey, press and platinum anytime they go in. But they just refused to do anything. And they were even watching one door, so we just slipped in the other door we were watching.
I hate to say we did slip in, but here's the thing. We went and looked to see if there was anybody there to see if we can get better information.